I don't have to call myself a Christian to know what is right for me to do. I don't have to be a part of any religion in order to be guided by my intuition. You know, religion tends to cause a lot of separation. And because of that, you know, I actually don't like to even really interact with that much people that you know, follow a certain type of religion, for the simple fact that I know that they may be judging me because of the fact that I'm different. You know, being different, being unique is part of me listening to my intuition. I don't have to call myself a Christian to know what is right for me to do. And the reason why I say this is because I know that if I do something, that everything you do has a consequence, you know, or there's cause and effect, you know, for the simple fact that, you know, like if you do something, there's always an effect. So to me, the way that I see it is that my intuition is what guides me. And I don't have to call myself anything, because that's limiting. And I rather be open to what I feel from my soul. My soul is what guides me. My soul is what helps me to have a direction, you know? Like, some people need to be a part of a religion as a way to guide them, because of the fact that their religion has scriptures and a, you know, a book with all, you know, like different type of stories to help them understand certain things about life. And that is the main point of practicing a religion, is to be guided in the right direction, to read what these, you know, stories are talking about. That way you get an idea about the meaning. But sometimes certain type of religions have a way of affecting your self-esteem, because they make you feel like there's something wrong with you, like you're born a sinner and things like that. And I'm like, that's insane to go through that type of judgment. like that type of judgment feels kind of, like it makes you feel like you're just a horrible person. And that's really not something that I feel is right. When I was young, when I was a little girl, I was like, this is weird. Why are they saying these things? When all I could think of is the fact that I just wanted to share my love, or to love the people around me. So it's kind of weird, like, to have a big, or should I say, a very strong, loving energy, and then be told that I'm a sinner at the same time. That's so weird. That's so weird. Because it's like, how are you calling me these names? And it's like, it's like it was meant for somebody else that was not a good person, But then you're treating me like I'm a bad person or something. That just never made sense to me. That's why I just couldn't be around that energy. Because I felt it. I felt the type of energy that they just had a way of, like, because, another thing that they do is they say, don't question it, just do it, just worship God and Jesus and stuff. That thing didn't feel right to me, because it felt like there was something that I was supposed to know. And if I were just to follow blindly, the things that people are telling me to do when it comes to the church, it just didn't feel right. It felt like I was fake, like I'm being fake in this world, because of the fact that you're just following blindly. Like, you don't know why you're doing something, but you're just doing it because everybody else is telling you to do it. You see? So it's like it doesn't feel authentic. And that was the thing about that environment in church that I didn't really think was good. It was, to me, it felt kind of abusive, in the sense that, it's like they're telling me or forcing me to do something without me understanding the meaning of why I'm doing it. And then the next thing about that is, the fact that like it's just weird, like when people try to force you to do something without you knowing the reason. It just doesn't feel right. Gosh, my brain is really like, I'm still processing what I'm trying to talk about. Man. I know, like, you might be thinking, oh, you can't speak anymore because, God doesn't want you to speak right now. That's what some people might be saying right now if they're Christian. And that's how you know that everything is basically like part of psychology too, It's just the way the mind works, And that's the thing, like, I think that religion actually uh, was a catalyst for me to get more into psychology at a young age. I was into psychology since I was in high school. Like I was like, researching and stuff, like what is this and what is that? Like, why does this happen? And that was around the same time I was going to Bible study and stuff, like a little bit, like in the late teens, in the late teens, that's when I started going to Bible study. And during my transition from high school to college. And I feel that that church really, just being around that energy was terrible. Terrible because another thing is that they were like, oh, you gotta give 10% of tithes to the church. But it was like, what if you don't even have anything to give? Like, what then? Am I just supposed to give them a 25 cents or $1 when I just, that just didn't make sense to me. There's a whole bunch of questions that I had in my mind, and that whole thing about how they were using the Bible to say I was a coward and stuff like that. Was just it was insane. It still goes to my mind to this day. But the reason why I'm talking about this is because when I checked my mail today, there was a pamphlet in there about some type of religious, thing in there. And I was like, what is this? Why is this in here? You see, there's some type of person that's trying to harass me with religion in this place. And that's why I feel that I have to move to a different location, because I don't have to be a Christian to know what is right for me to do and to be guided to do the right things. I don't have to be Christian. I don't have to be any of these religions. My connection is with Source and with that inner guidance. That's where I get my guidance. And then I listen to these signs that I get, like sometimes it's like you go through something and then you realize like that there's a meaning to it. And that makes you realize it's like you just learn from every experience. And as you learn through every experience, you start to make better and better decisions. But still in life, everything is just a whole bunch of, it's all just like you can't know everything. So if you don't know everything, then you're just gonna learn as you go. You're gonna learn as you go. And that's what I do. I learn as I go. Because you don't have all the answers. Not even the Bible could teach you all the answers. You have to experience life for yourself to know the answers, or to learn new things to help you navigate life better. So that's what I That's what I've been thinking about after I got back home, you know. You know, I don't have to call myself any type of religion. I don't have to be Muslim. I don't have to be Christian. I don't have to be Jewish. I don't have to be anything. You know, like, I feel like I have my own religion and my own way of being, my own spirituality, you know, and my spirituality is the be your best self spirituality, you know. You know, be your best self and make your mark on this world while you're here, you know. Like, it's like, it just makes sense, right? It's like your soul is what's guiding, my soul is what's guiding me. Like, all the things that I went through is what's giving me a purpose. So the things that I went through giving me a purpose is what actually inspires me to do things to help the next generation. You know, like, that's as simple as it could be. And I don't have to do, you know, I don't have to overthink it or overwork myself with it, because I'm just one person. I can only do but so much. So since I can only do but so much, this is the reason why, you know, like, we just have to take things a step at a time. I don't have to be any type of religion. I don't have to follow any type of religion. I just get more intuition. I develop more intuition as I experience more of life. And it's really just about just knowing that in every moment you have a choice that you can make. And you gotta be able to also set things right and speak your mind when things are not going well, or don't seem to be fair. You know, because some people could actually be using you in a way that's actually leaving you in a worse state than you should be. And when that happens, you have a right to speak your mind, so that it could be balanced, and so that you get what you deserve. And that's how I navigate through life, because it's way more simple. It's way more simpler and less full of judgments, full of restrictions. You know, because religions could be very restrictive, in the sense that it just makes you feel like you're doing something wrong for being a certain way. And I may like to wear certain type of clothes, like baggy clothes. I may like to do athletic activities like inline skate, skateboard, snowboard, ice skate, you know, a whole bunch of stuff like basketball, soccer. I'm a very athletic person. You know, I have a lot of interest in athletic activities, you know, and that's just how I am, you know. Like, it doesn't make sense for me to feel inferior just because a group of people is telling me, oh, I have to be wearing a skirt because wearing skirts are for girls, and girls have to take care of the children. You know, like, it, to me, it almost feels like as soon as high school came around, like, it was just, the focus seemed to be to get in a relation and to get into a relationship, and the focus seemed to be like that. You know, it did not even start in high school. It started way before. Like, it just seemed like this whole thing about wearing skirts, I never really liked that at all. I always wondered what it would be like to be, you know, the opposite sex too, you know? Like, cause the fact that they were like, oh, you know, yeah, like, wear a skirt and a dress and all that, like, it just felt so weird. And it was kind of weird because it's like, why do I have to be forced to be wearing these things? You know, why can't I just wear what I like? And that's really what can cause a lot of people to feel like they're in the wrong body. But really, I feel when you look at it in a larger view and see the bigger picture, the real thing that you must do is just realize that you can be yourself in life. You don't have to fit the mold that they're trying to put you into. Like, I could dress however I feel like dressing, but that doesn't stop the fact that I am in this body and I'm able to have children and able to get pregnant and able to you know, do everything that this body can do, you know? Like, I can dress however I feel like dressing. And that doesn't mean that I'm anything else other than what I am, you know? So that's the thing, you know. I don't have to, you know, that also, religion has a way of also confusing some people to think that because they are not like feminine, supposedly feminine, you know, wearing dresses, high heels and stuff, that they must be, you know, lesbian or something, like, you know, like. And I'm not trying to offend anybody that is part of the thing, you know, the LGBT community. I'm just saying that this type of stuff, the type of hatred that goes on in religion, has a way of making us feel inferior if we don't follow what they want us to look like or dress like or what they want us to do. And it can make one feel like we're not normal. And so then we think that we are something else, you know, but we are who we are, you know. It's not about fitting in. Like, that's just a mold that they created for you to be something that they want you to be. But it's like, the way I see it, like I said, is that I can be however I feel like being. And that, to me, is so important. It's so important to be authentic, because by being authentic, it's like a breath of fresh air every single time, you know? And it takes out the weight off your shoulders when you're authentic. you don't feel like you're being hindered or held back from expressing yourself. And that's, self-expression is so important. It's so important for confidence to, because the more you're able to express yourself, that means you have more confidence. But if you don't have that ability to express yourself, that means your confidence and your self-esteem is low, which can cause you to not be healthy, because it's literally draining the life out of you because you're not being yourself. And in this world, I feel like the more ourselves we are, the more our life force shines, and the more our body shines and it stays strong. But if we're not living our true selves, we're living a lie, and we're not really alive when we're doing that. Like, the less we are ourselves, the more we get affected by diseases, because disease is, it's in the word in itself that you're not at ease. It's so important to be authentic and have confidence in ourselves. Gosh, my nose keeps on dripping because I really have to open the windows because this place doesn't have enough airflow at times. That's why it's so important for me to move, because this place also is sort of affecting my ability to live authentically, because of the fact that it's not really covering all my needs. It's actually what do you call it? Like, I feel that even you can even get malnutrition by the environment that you're in. Like, you need things to be working in order, but if things are not in order, your health also can decline because of that. And that's the reason why, making these videos to me is just helping me to express myself and to also inspire others. And I just hope that whatever message I guess the word is conveying here, that is actually helping someone to feel like better than they did before they came here and listened to this video and to this message, so that they can feel confident and know that it's okay to be themselves and not be so judgmental and have all these thoughts spinning in your mind, because you have to let go of those thoughts. These thoughts can be very debilitating, and it could affect your health very negatively if it just keeps on going back and forth. Like, you really have to just let go of all the stress, the weight on your shoulders. Like, I hope that I'm actually making sense in the sense that, like, you have to express yourself, because if you don't, these people that are in, you know, people that follow certain type of religions may not understand what I'm actually thinking and what it is to be me, right? So then they're just judging prematurely and thinking the worst about me, even though I'm just like a regular person and I deserve to experience love and experience living the best life. Because this life that I have is a gift from the creator of this, you know, world and this body. You know, and I'm very grateful to have this vessel and this body to experience the beauty of life and experience everything I could experience in this lifetime. You know, I'm very grateful that I can do something. And I really would like to live in a better environment that really reflects my true nature and my true, you know, connection to the earth. You know, I like to know that I have the ability to connect with nature and connect with the earth, the grass, the trees, the fresh air. Those things are so important. So important. So that's the reason why I feel that I just have to, you know, because to me, making these videos is me putting in work, you know, putting in a vibration, of a frequency of authenticity, a frequency of love, a frequency of strength. And to me, that is currency. I'm giving you something of value so that it can inspire you and inspire you to be better and to alleviate anything that could be going on in your mind. You know, because that's the purpose. It's not, the purpose of this video isn't to make things worse. It's to make things better and to make, you know, to help to allow us to just breathe in relaxation and just know that it's okay to just be. It's okay to just be. And if we, for whatever reason, affect someone else in a way that we did not intend, I hope that those people do figure out a way to feel better about whatever they are going through, because whatever they're going through is something that they're experiencing for whatever reason. You know, it's just something that they have to process, just like how I'm processing what I've gone through. You know, certain things have affected me in a way that may not have been someone else's intention. So it's the same thing, but just everybody has to go through these things. And so the message, it seems to me that I've spoken enough in this video, and I hope you get what what I'm doing my best to convey to you. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Like and subscribe, and share, and especially if you find these videos of value to you. All right, see you soon.